So for patrol no-goes, I had the first lane of the first FTX. Planning went decent, but the PL kind of didn't give the squad leaders a chance to talk about their portions of emplacement and then actions on. He kind of just talked about himself, and he did a really shitty job. He didn't really go in depth. So then all the squad leaders got nixed on that because apparently they wanted us to cut in and cut him off and start talking about our stuff. But I wasn't really sure about how, as a squad leader, you were supposed to do that. So we got nixed for that, and then we went and actually did our mission. Got dropped off by the LMTVs, and it was kind of a shit show. I had my whole squad. We got off on the right side of the LMTV, went to the right spot, and we were in the middle of two LDAs. So I was like, we need to just cross this, and there's no point in consolidating here and then crossing the road in 20 minutes. We just got to go across now. But he wanted to consolidate everybody, and then he wanted to do a hasty LDA crossing, and it took us 30 minutes. So we got nixed on that. And then we did a react to contact, and I was a maneuver squad. I maneuvered around, had my pace count and everything, and placed my guys online, gave them all their lanes and their terrain features for where they should assault to. And I was ready to go, and then the PL was like, no, we're not far enough. And he picked us up and moved us another 50 meters down. And it was too far, so we ended up just assaulting right by. And my dudes on the team just didn't really look around. So they assaulted 10 feet away from bodies and just didn't even see them. Shit. They kind of all got tunnel vision and didn't really notice. So then I had to pull back and wagon wheel back through to re-assault through where the enemy actually was. So I got nixed for that, and then I got the pinpoint and everything right. And then my second look, I had actions on PL during the second FTX, and it was the day after we got 10 minutes of sleep. It was the worst night for sleep. And security squad leader and the point man, their route plan was pretty shit, and they didn't really know what was going on. They got lost a couple times. I definitely should have micromanaged that more than I did. But the squad leader was super squared away, so I kind of assumed he had it and didn't really check him to make sure that he knew the route plan, what was going on. So they got lost a bunch. We got to an LDA crossing, and it was weird because our classes and our PEs, they talked to us a lot about deliberate LDA crossings. So PL takes his leader's recon, pinpoints the road, make sure it's the right LDA, make sure it's a good crossing point, and then you go and recon left side and right side security, and then you go back to the formation, pick up your security dudes, and then go and place them, and then cross. And maybe halfway, 3/4 through that, I was about to go and place my guys, and then they just IDF'd us. And in my AAR, they were like, you need to go faster on LDA crossings, and you just need to cross. They basically told me don't do the whole leader's recon thing, just pinpoint the road and then in place your security and go, which was weird because I assumed Darby, you're supposed to do everything straight by the books. So I assumed do the deliberate LDA crossing and place your dudes, recon the security positions for strong side, weak side, but that didn't go well. And then they got lost from the security halt to the ORP, and then we set up our ORP, everything was good there. And then when I went to do my leader's recon, I had the security in place, but the radios didn't work. And I gave time hacks to the security for when they need to be in place with their DDOs for Claymore and AT4. And I didn't physically send a runner to go check that they were in place by whatever time hack I gave them. I just gave them the time hack and waited until that time hack and then continued with my recon. So I got nixed for that because I didn't actually get radio comms and ensure that they were placed before my recon. And then we went and did actions on, and I blew my Claymore. And the vehicles kind of kept going, and they got engaged by support by fire, but they went past where my assault lanes were.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to wagon wheel around and kind of hinge it. And we assaulted through, cleared everything. That went fine. We did EPW clear, and I said we're just getting off the objective. We didn't do EPW search, and nobody died, so we didn't have aid litter, which they said was a fine decision based on time. But they did say that I should have, instead of having like the hinge that I did and wagon wheeling around, they said I should have moved the second squad I had for the assault on the other side of support by fire, so we just assaulted straight through rather than hinging it. But it was like a quick decision, so I kind of tried to stand by that and defend it. For peers, we tried to do like an internal peers on our refit day between the first and second FTX, where like everybody had a chance to like raise their issues with other people, so that somebody's not like pissed off at somebody else and waits until peers to fuck them over, rather than just like bringing it up and letting them fix themselves before
Correct,
peers. People don't really like bringing up problems they have with people, so people who did have big problems with other people never said anything, and like the only problems that actually were raised were pretty small. Like nobody really got peered for any of the issues that got brought up. Everybody was kind of okay just saying, oh no, you guys are all doing great, and then peering people low or whatever they were upset about. And yeah, that's basically